Clarissa,
and Herbert Williams.
We live in the beautiful Upper Cumberland region of Tennessee.
Our area has gone through massive growth.
We are meeting new people every day. Everyone loves the charm and character
and the friendliness that defines Putnam County.
We believe everyone has a story to tell.
With so many friendly faces, places, businesses, and people here,
we want to introduce you to the area we all love.
Welcome to Cookeville Now. Welcome, everyone, to Cookeville Now, your podcast about the people, places, and businesses that make Cookeville and the Upper Cumberland what it is today, sharing stories neighbor to neighbor. Today, we have our guest is Wayne Nabors. Hey, Wayne, thanks for joining us.
Hey, buddy, it is my honor to get to be here today. Thanks for having me. I'm telling you.
It's a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
Tell us something about you personally. I know you're the county clerk.
I am. I've been county clerk now almost 21 years, and came there in September of 2002. And have been very blessed.
Well, you've been there a while, haven't you?
20 years, yes.
Wow.
I'm telling you. And very blessed that in 2018 and 2022, last year, something happened that's never happened in politics in Putnam County. I got a 5th and a 6th term unopposed.
Wow.
That has never, ever happened in Putnam County.
So
before.
You made history.
Made history. Total history, brother.
Yeah.
And I'm honored and grateful for that.
Well, good.
Very honored and grateful.
Well, what inspired you in the beginning, I guess, when you started looking at becoming county clerk? What inspired you to do so? I mean, what was the motivation? You
know, some folks remember this. My mom, Juanita, was county clerk from 1974 to 1982. Now, Herb, that might have been before you was born.
Oh,
I don't know.
Well, I was born in 67. So, yeah, may have been.
May have been close by.
Yeah.
So my mom took office in September of 1974. I was 19 years old, green as grass, but I come to work for my mom in the county clerk's office, and we were all jammed and crowded in the courthouse back then. Oh, my goodness. It was amazing. There were only 6 of us in the office, me, mom, and 4 other people. And that was before the days of computers. I mean, brother, we hand wrote it all. We hand filed it all. You did everything by hand. But I got it in my blood, and I never got it out. And so my mom lost the election in 1982 in a very close razor thin, and as politics would have it, when she left, I had to too. So I was gone 20 years and then got to come back in 2002. So.
Well, I'm glad if it's in your blood and in your family. I guess it just, it feels right to you when you're doing it.
It did. It really did. And it was it's kind of like I just kind of picked up where we left off, even though it had been a 20-year gap.
Right.
But it really, and a lot of things had changed, especially with doing computers and this sort of new thing. But a lot of things, it just felt like we just picked right back up and started again.
Wow. Well, what are some of the main responsibilities of the county clerk's office?
I guess the lion's share of what we do is car titles and car registrations. That's probably mostly what we do, issue license plates and registrations and titles to vehicles. We do vehicles, motorcycles, motorhomes. We do
boats and everything.
We do watercraft, and now watercraft, is really coming on. It's warming up, and folks are getting the boats. They're getting ready for them, so they're buying boats everywhere and getting ready. So I presented something to the budget committee last week, so I had done some research. We're going to, in this fiscal year, print somewhere between 34 and 35,000 titles this year. We're going to probably have somewhere around 74 to 75,000 renewals coming along. But totally, we're going to do about 850 marriages. I take care of, all kinds of other stuff. So in transaction-wise, I figured we were going to do around 140,000 transactions this year.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's awesome.
Well, how do you stay up to date with any changes in laws that come along that may affect your agency?
It seems like every day we are hooked up with Tennessee Department of Revenue. Motor Vehicle Services is under Revenue. Wow. So it used to be under Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security. Mm-hmm. Then we got moved to Department of Revenue, which has really been a better move.
Which seems like it makes more sense to me.
It did. That way, Homeland Security and Safety takes care of driver's license and the highway patrol, and then Revenue takes care of everything on the revenue side and total of motor vehicle, which made it so much simpler because we take in a boatload of revenue too. But I get emails every day. I have just come back from 2 weeks ago from state county clerks meeting. Mm-hmm. And so we received some great information of some things up and coming and some procedure stuff that's coming down the pike. Mm-hmm. And so just staying on top of things that way, it just seems like every day there's something new to come along. I'm telling you.
It never slows down, man.
No.
Especially with a growth area like we are. What percentage-wise do you think we've increased over the last 2 or 3 years?
I'm going to guess that we were in the high 70-something thousands. Mm-hmm. I believe us today to be around 85,000.
Wow.
So I think that, and I've seen this, Herb, I don't know how anybody's left in California because I think, bro, they've all moved here.
There's a lot of them here.
Oh, my God. Because they've come and brought titles galore. But not only California, I'm telling you, people are moving here from New York. They're moving here from both Carolinas.
Connecticut,
my goodness, yes. Mm-hmm. They're moving here from Illinois, Ohio. Mm-hmm. We had some folk from Massachusetts move here the other day.
Wow.
Some folk from Florida. And the sweetest little couple the other day had moved here from Virginia. So, man, we've had them from Montana. They're coming from the West, too. Montana, Colorado. So, maybe they're tired of the Rocky Mountain High. They want to come here.
They want to come to this, what I consider neutral weather area, not snowing in May.
Exactly.
I don't know if I could stand that for sure.
Mercy.
In what ways do you work with other government agencies or departments to support the needs of your guest community? What other ways do you work with them?
In conjunction, I guess, because being a county office, we sort of, I guess, informational wise, network with everybody else to kind of say, okay, are you having any problems? We even talk about employment situations. You know, how are your employees satisfied? Are they, what are they telling you they need? Mm-hmm. But as far as marketing with anybody else, everybody else does so much different than us, and we're kind of in our own little nest, if you will.
But I'm sure you all work good together.
Oh my goodness,
departments.
We do. We work
like
so
law
good.
Enforcement,
absolutely.
Whatever it may be.
And in fact, since you brought that up, with Sheriff Harris and all the guys, in fact, I swear all their deputies in.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I swear all their deputies in. And we work very close with them because if there is registrations or if there's some kind of information that they need, they've not got quite state access, but I do because I'm a legal contractual agent with the Tennessee Department of Revenue. Then I sometimes can find stuff that they can't find.
Right.
And so we've worked very close together, close together. So that was a great to bring that in there. We're very close with them.
Now, do you also swear in anybody like the county commission or anything like that?
I have. Okay. In fact, this year, the last, I guess since actually 2002, when I first came in, I actually swore in all the commissioners that year. And I
thought I saw that somewhere.
I did, and I've swore them in every term, every 4 years. And then there's been some occasions where we had a death of Red Lamb, who was the road supervisor. And so it was time, Randy Jones had already won, and I went ahead, we swore him in as kind of the interim until his term began. So I have sworn in actually folks to a sure enough county office situation, but I've sworn in those county commissioners. a bunch of those,
Right.
bunch of those over the years. Sure
Well,
have.
that's pretty cool, actually.
And I keep their oaths. I keep oaths for all the county officials. I keep all the county officials' bonds.
Mm-hmm.
I keep bonds for Upper Cumberland Human Resource, UCDD.
Wow.
I keep everything for 9/11. I got a drawer full of stuff, brother.
I bet.
Oh my goodness. I keep it for everybody. Bonds for coroners, deputy coroners. I have to swear them in. They have a bond. They have to file those. They have to remain currently bonded all the time. So it's quite a lot to take care of.
Oh, I bet it is.
Wow.
So how do you prioritize competing demands or requests from residents who may come to your office for further needs?
You know, I try my best to everybody that comes to the door, try to help them. If it's within my power to help them, I'm going to do it. I'm going to help them any way that I possibly can. I'm not going to break the law to do that. But if I can, sometimes I've been able to dig. They've needed something from days gone by, and I can kind of go back and kind of dig. We have an archives
Right.
in Department of Revenue because we keep like 5 years of current, 7 years of what we call archived or suspended. And so sometimes I can go back. I've been able to find, especially here of lately, there have been a tremendous amount of folks who have purchased land with manufactured homes on them. And so we're trying to find titles for those manufactured homes, for mobile homes and manufactured homes. And sometimes, that's a stretch to go back, but I've been able to kind of pull a rabbit out of the hat and sometimes produce the hat.
So the manufactured homes don't fall under like the regular title people. It falls under you because it's a motor home.
Correct.
Okay, or a mobile home.
Right.
Okay.
Now, what they can do though is once they take if it's going to stay on that property, they can take the wheels and the tires and the axles and take the tongue out, underpin it, hook it all up, put a front porch and a back porch, and actually make it a part of the property. And if they do it as an addendum and inclusive with their deed and record that in a register of deeds office, don't need a title. It's a done deal. It's just like having your house on there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier to find.
Oh
too.
man,
Yeah.
so much easier. Plus it's easier to finance that way too, if you needed to borrow money and do a trust deed type thing. Yeah.
All right. We will be right back after this message and continue our conversation with Wayne Nabors.
We put your company in front of the right audience. Our services include website creation, search engine optimization, search engine management, social media management, geofencing, video production, podcasts, and more. We can help you get found easy and affordable. We are your partner. We work with you as your team, giving you the best option for marketing. Stop by today, email us, or call us at 931-854-1313.
Hey, we're here. This is Cookeville Now. We're here with Wayne Nabors. We are continuing our discussion here on Cookeville Now. Wayne, what are some challenges you face as county clerk, and how have you overcome them?
Wow. Some challenges. One of them was space. When I came into office in 2002, we were housed in the old jail down on Washington.
Oh, wow.
Oh, brother. And I had 5 little stations up front. We had 10 parking places, and one of them was handicapped. And we were growing, and getting in, getting out was just, unbelievable.
I bet it was.
So where we are now is the old health department building. So in 2008, I had said personally, I think that's one of the greatest bond issues that we ever did. We did a $16 million bond issue. That was the year that they purchased the land down on South Willa and built the new EMS center and the new health department. And when they did that, then that let the health department, of course, move.
Right.
They came and spent almost $1 million on this building and got it ready for us. Then when that moved the EMS out, that made new space for maintenance department out on Cavalier Drive or Carlin Drive. And everybody got blessed in that. But that was a challenge.
Oh, I bet it was.
Because we were growing and growing, and we couldn't get people in. It was just crazy. Thank the Lord we did have a drive-through, and I have a drive-through now.
Right.
It is amazing how many people come through that drive-through every day.
I bet.
So having a challenge of that and overcoming that space is probably one of the biggest challenges that I've got to be able to come over. And even now, I've had to actually go in and add a couple of little spaces, cubicles, if you will, for us to wait on the public, because in the 12 and a half years where we've been there now, we've continued to grow and grow and grow. And so they need more space and more folks to help take care of more folks. So that has been a challenge a little bit for me too. So,
right.
Yeah.
Do you have any new initiatives you're working on to improve anything at your county clerk's office?
What we want to do is I've got a couple more stations that we're going to open up. One thing that I have pushed and I actually began in 2010, and now I'm putting a greater push on, is online renewals. Man, it is unbelievable how people now are warming up to online renewals. Example, this morning we come in and over the weekend, and this is kind of what I would call not middle of the month, but not hardly end of the month yet either.
Right.
So we get there this morning, had 51 online renewals waiting on us this morning.
That's the way I like to do it.
Oh, and it's so convenient. So I have put the full court press on trying to make that more convenient for folks, and that is helping tremendously just in that area right there.
Now, you also have kiosks at your office, right?
I don't. I have the POD machines. We actually print our own stuff.
Yeah.
So that has helped a lot too.
Right.
Is when you come in to get your renewal and you've got your little card to do your renewal, and we punch everything in. When we hit print, that little POD or print on demand machine, it prints your decal and your registration. We just tear that off, and you go outside and peel that off and put that on. And
that is pretty cool.
And now your decal has your expiration date on it. We don't actually need a month over here anymore. Right. So, it's been cool to have had that. So, with us printing, it's kept us from having to handle thousands and thousands of decals that we would have normally gotten from Nashville. Plus, those would have been numbered. So now that we're doing our own thing, man, that's made it so convenient and so helpful to thousands and thousands of people.
Oh, wow. That is pretty neat, actually.
It's cool.
So what are some things coming down the pike that, that would probably you'd like to share that maybe you all were working on, or some things coming down from the state or whatever that could affect us through your department?
Well, I think one of the things that has really been has been something for us, and it's almost done, but we're still right in the midst of it, is last year the legislature approved $130 million bill that gave everybody license plates for $5.25.
Well, the new ones?
Yes, the new ones. So the challenge of we've really had a challenge of really getting that in the system and making sure that everybody got what they wanted to get, and plus the challenge of really making sure that everybody got an In God We Trust plate if that's what they wanted. We have pictures to show. Would you like this one with In God We Trust or without? So we have them both, and so we've made sure that keeping supply challenge has been a little bit tough from the state. So I've had to kind of push the state, saying, listen, guys, we're 16th largest county in the state. We got to have some supplies up here. And so that's been a little bit of an issue from days gone by, but we're overcoming that, and that's helping us a lot. We are seeing right now too. I have a young lady that works full time doing nothing but business license and marriage license. But business license, people are moving. They're opening their own little businesses. They're taking over businesses. We have well over 4,000 businesses in Putnam County now, and we're just seeing all kinds of stuff go on. I will tell you one thing.
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
Business.
Yes. Now, one thing that's going to challenge us starting this next year, the legislature just approved this year that if you own a business, and this is good for folk, this is great knowledge for them. If you got a business and your total yearly gross receipts does not equal up to $100,000, now you're not going to owe any business tax. You're just going to owe a $15 minimal activity license, and that'll be issued by my office, and we'll keep it all revenue, all local, all my office.
Man, that'll help a lot of small businesses that are in the growth mode.
It will be a phenomenal the amount of money that they're going to save. So all they're going to be responsible for is $15 a year, and we're going to help them do that and be a facilitator in getting them switched from those the bigger, I call it the bigger standard license to the minimal activity. But gosh, brother, it's going to save people literally thousands and thousands of dollars, and we're going to help them.
And it will spark those ones that thought, should I stick my toe in the water and start a small business or a side business or something? Now they don't have to worry about paying those large amount of taxes.
Exactly. And they can come and see us. We'll get them started. It's just a $15 minimal activity to even begin. And that gets them a license where they can get out there and get going with it. And we hope and pray they do more than 100,000. If they do, then they have to go into the standard and go into 10 tap with Department of Revenue and that sort of thing. But if it's under, that's going to say, and there's a lot of mom and pop businesses. There's a lot of people who just do some stuff on the side, and they've got hobbies they like to do. And so instead of them having to pay all this tax, now they're just going to pay us $15 a year.
Yeah, that's going to open up a lot of stuff.
Oh my goodness, it's going to save,
help people, make more money, bring more money to the community. Even if it isn't as much in taxes, it's going to be in other stuff.
It is, and we're going to help facilitate that for them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good thing. Can you okay, I've already did that. What do you see the biggest opportunities for growth are in the next few years? I mean, what would you think that would be?
The biggest opportunities for growth. My office wise?
Your office, yeah.
Actually, there may be this point. I don't know. There may be this point that we outgrow the office complex that I'm in.
And I don't think that would be difficult idea to think about, because y'all are growing. It stays pretty busy.
It does. And I have 20 employees, and when you put our vehicles in the parking lot, and then and that lower parking areas where folk come in and make the I call it the horseshoe, horseshoe turn, and they come into the drive-through, and what we got up front, we struggle with parking sometimes.
Yeah.
And total wise at that complex, I have 51 parking places. Of course, you got to take 21 of us and park it up, but it's a struggle sometimes and we have folks that are lined up to the door, and I'm just seeing a time somewhere on down the road that more than likely we'll have to be looking for another location of some type. Don't know what'll go in that building. I'm sure they'll facilitate it for something.
Right.
But we're going to need more space. We're going to need more abilities to help more people.
Right, because with the growth like it is right now in Putnam County, Tennessee.
Exactly. And it is unbelievable, the growth. Woo, I'm telling you.
So again, tell us some of the services so people will know, and then give us your phone number after that and your email address. So, and of course, you're located on, was it Dixie?
121 South Dixie Avenue.
So right in town here off the square.
We used to tell people we're right up the hill from Hobby Lobby, but Hobby Lobby moved. So now we're up from Gabe's. Like we were talking a minute ago, I guess the lion's share of the things we do is license plates and title fees and anything to do with registrations and boats, watercraft. But hey, you have to come to my office to get marriage license. We're going to issue about 850 of those a year.
Wow.
Marriage license.
Is that up quite a bit?
It's up too. Yeah, we're up. We've been in the 7s. Now we're in the 8s.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Folk getting married. Yeah, all over the place.
Yeah.
We handle, like I say, the business license. I'm also clerk to the county commission, so I'm at every county commission meeting. I take all the minutes. I take all the everything right there, all the motions and seconds, and call the roll and get everything done. bring it back to my office, and we compile that and make the monthly minutes and send that out to the appropriate folks.
That's cool.
I'm also clerk to the Putnam County Beer Board. We handle everything that's outside the city limits of Allgood, Cookeville, Monterey, and Baxter. So take care of all of that. If you want to become a notary public, you got to come to my office. We get you fixed up as a notary public, get you bonded, get you going in that. Manufactured homes, all these folks who are selling manufactured homes, there's a sticker that they have to come and get from us. We sell hundreds of those a year to all these retail sale folks that come and have installers that come in and do that. It really is amazing, all the stuff. And then plus we probably get, I'm not kidding, I have one person that answers 5 incoming lines. I bet we get 50,000 plus calls a year. And we're an informational stop. Sometimes folks, we're not the right office, but we'll direct them to the right place to get to go to. So, but our phone number is 526-7106. And believe it or not, that was the phone number of the office when my mom was county clerk.
Well, that is
in
pretty
the
nice.
70s. So I went to work for her 49 years ago. Great day, brother.
Time flies,
I'm
man.
telling
It actually
you.
does.
And that was the phone number then, and it still continues to this day. We're at 121 South Dixie, and we're there just to love on folks and help folks any way that we possibly can. That was my whole mission of running, is to be a blessing. And I've tried my very best to never forget who put me there and how I got there.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for coming by and visiting with us at Cookeville Now today and Hometown
Hey.
Digital Marketing Agency.
You're welcome. And I also, just as a side note for me, I have taken some extra, education and courses myself to help me become a better official.
Public servant.
Exactly. Yeah. And in 2013, I became certified as a certified public administrator.
Wow.
CPA. And in 2021, I graduated with University of Tennessee Comptroller's Office and have a degree now as a certified county finance officer.
Oh, wow.
So
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. That was quite a deal in schooling, but
And going working full time.
yes, and still do 16 hours of continuing education for both of those every year. You got to keep that. Keep that up. So I got to still do my education for those. So I'm very proud of those degrees hanging on the wall that I feel like has helped me there and will help me in days to come.
Well, you're doing a good job.
Thank you, brother.
And thanks for joining us today with Cookeville Now, sharing your stories neighbor to neighbor. Thank you and see you soon.
Join us every week as we introduce our neighbors, businesses, and inspiring stories.
People, businesses, and places that make the Upper Cumberland what it is today.
As we tell all about the past, present, and even the future outlook.
Like, comment, and subscribe so you do not miss an episode.